Platypus here again, talking this week about John Wick, the new movie John Wick with Keanu Reeves, directed by a guy called David Leitch, something like that. I don't know. He apparently the guy is maybe a stunt man and used to has done a lot of stunt direction and stuff like this, and I think this is maybe his first movie or something like that. So, for a guy this is his first movie, I mean, this is a pretty good movie, for an action movie. This is a pretty good movie. It's a good story. It's like a classic kind of revenge, a revenge story, with lots of twists and people, doing sneaky things and, like people doing things with guns and, it's can be bloody and even sometimes a little sad. I was almost crying a couple of times in there, because, it can be very emotional, but, Keanu Reeves plays this sort of badass guy, John Wick, or like the story, the guy's, this mellow everyday guy or something, but then he turns out to be, he's got this past, and the guy you don't mess with, and what happens? He gets messed with. In fact, somebody messes with his dog. They should have called this movie, John, Don't Mess With My Dog Wick. Because, but I won't get into say anything else other than that. Just that do not mess with this guy's dog. It is a very alright movie, A few notes though, to, people writing scripts or something or whatever, casting. It's like, if there is a scene where, the hero has to, and the big villain, have a Dukaroo, a punch-up fight, it's probably a good idea to, even though we're pretty sure the hero's gonna win the story, probably not a bad idea to, have a bad guy who actually looks like, scary enough that the hero, you think, well, the guy might not make it, this guy is pretty scary, but I would say, this movie, the guy, there's a fight, and you're like, well, I don't know, I mean, this guy is an old man, or, old enough, although I guess Keanu Reeves, he's getting a little older too, but hey, he still can deliver, I'll give him that, they were smart, he's got lots of action, not too many lines, just stands around with a gun or punching people, and wow, this guy, he can still, be pretty convincing as a, a shoot-em-up fighter type fellow. And there was some funny dialogue in there, and that's another thing that happens from time to time, having the hero give the villain, some heartfelt message, and, listen, man, like the villain has already clearly established that they are bad and ruthless, so telling them a sad story, they probably aren't the kind of people who are going to shed a tear, so heroes out there, I don't know, like, if you've got a villain and you think this guy might kill you, I wouldn't spend your time, telling heartfelt stories, unless maybe, by doing that, you're somehow distracting him, so you're telling your heartfelt story, and then, when he doesn't expect it, you lunge at them. I mean, in case that's okay, but, I just say, don't tell a heartfelt story thinking that the villain is going to, sit down and be like, hey, let's talk this over, they're villains, so, like, yeah, they can be very unreasonable people. If any of you out there are planning on being a vigilante, don't believe what you see in this movie, okay? Because, like, those are some scenes where he's just running through, like, crowds of people, shooting, like, all these bad guys, and no innocent civilians are killed, man. And listen, in real life, man, there would be a lot of dead people, because if you just walk into a room and start shooting people, well, people are going to get shot. That's what happens. But anyways, I guess it's a movie, so, what the heck, it's, I guess it's a movie. Relax, Platypus. I kind of wonder if, the day will come when Keanu Reeves and Mila Jovovich star in the same movie, because they both kind of have done some similar things. They are both in these movies where, the script calls for, people to stand there and look good with a gun, just look good holding a gun and shooting one or kicking someone or driving a motorcycle through a window or something. And yeah, both of them have done these kinds of movies, so I would think that they should team up or something and, I don't know, go and shoot some things and get in a car chase. What else do they do? I mean, that's what every movie is now. A car chase and fighting things and, whatever. I think they would do a good job, so maybe, Matrix Part 4 or maybe do a Point Break Part 2, but put Mila Jovovich in there. Maybe Johnny Utah could be, hunting down these other, I don't know, would it be surfers again, or maybe a bank robber who robs things and then flies out the window in one of those squirrel suits or something. Anyway, I don't know, could be something. Could be some Hollywood gold, baby. There is, for sure some really kind of silly stuff in this movie, but, I would say that, it is a very, if you want to see stuff blow up and, this fighting and all that, then I would say you check this one out. Yes, it delivers on the action. It is very action-packed. Very.